Hello, I'm S.P. Singh from Garhwal University, Vice Chancellor. But I have worked more in Kumaon as an ecologist. Well, it's very clear that the scale of activity is much higher than people really have knowledge about. So one thing is very clear, that we should not do anything without informing people about, say, these things. Sometimes the changes of this scale need to be really people need to be informed. Ecologically, the first important point is that the river flow would stop or would be much slower, and rivers as an ecosystem are known to flow, and so all the processes which clean the pollutions or oxygen and the biota and all sorts of things, they would be very different from they have been all these years. You are not going to have those things which you had in a river which was flowing. But far more important is, if you look at the country level, is about 500 million people live in the Gangetic Plain, and I call it the biggest, I use the term, biogeoanthropogenic system on the face of Earth, where about 500 people live, and this connection is unusual in the sense that the basis of Gangetic Plain is geological flow from, say, silt and all those things from the Himalayan region. And then the biological component of forests, like soil formation, climatic control and all those things. So this connection may break. I think that's my speculation, that this connection may be broken or maybe weakened. That appears to be a very serious issue. Socially, I think only we Indians said that the rivers are, say, holy, or our mountains are holy. That way, that becomes a part of Indian civilization. And a flowing river and a dying river, there would be two different things, and there would be psychological vacuum, I think, that would create, and that should be also given a lot of importance, I would say.
So basically, if I've understood rightly, what you're pointing out is that with the building of these dams, the silt will not manage to reach the plains.
It should be much less.
It will be much less.
And then there may be storage of, say, dead things. It may be dead body, it may be animal, it may be, say, big trees, which the logs and all those things. It will be very different from what it has been, at least I can say scientifically, and it should be far worse than really people anticipate, predict on the basis of few data they collect.
Even amidst all the eyewash, as an eminent geologist who didn't want to be named termed the project reports, even amidst conclusions like the key issue is that the projects would cause social upliftment with minor negative impacts on the environment, and that overall the positives outweigh the negatives. The most astounding and painful must surely be the statement that apart from village temples, no monuments of cultural, religious, historical, archaeological are found, and hence no impact is envisaged. The sanctity of the Ganga is not even thought worth mentioning. She is said to have moved in the locks of Shiva's hair. Those who have seen her wild, impetuous form in the rains, now brown and now yellow, those who have seen her deep emerald clarity sparkling in winter, flowing like a blessing amidst the snowy Himalayan peaks, will know that it is a sign of our own degradation, our entire blindness on so many levels that we can even consider consigning this free entity to a dark and buried cavern. Despite our several attempts, the General Manager and the Deputy General Manager at the head office of NTPC in Delhi, who are the official spokesperson, refused to be interviewed. The year was 1900. He was one of the greatest sons of India, who sometimes described himself as a condensed India. Swami Vivekananda, far away on the other side of the ocean, wrote, "The Gita and the sacred waters of the Ganga constitute the Hinduism of the Hindus." Last time I went to the West, I also took a little with me, fearing it might be needed. And whenever opportunities occurred, I used to drink a few drops of it. And every time I drank in the midst of the stream of humanity, amidst the bustle of civilization, that hurry of frenzied footsteps of millions of men and women in the West, the mind at once became calm and still, as it were. That stream of men, that intense activity of the West, that clash and competition at every step, those seats of luxury and celestial opulence, Paris, London, New York, Berlin, Rome, all would disappear, and I used to hear that wonderful sound of the Hara Hara, to see that lonely forest on the sides of the Himalayas, and feel the murmuring heavenly river coursing through the heart and brain and every artery of the body, and thundering forth, Hara Hara Hara. A drive through the narrow steep gorge with sheer cliffs, pine forests with towering rock faces, rising on either side like the entranced guards of some divine being, of a sylvan greenish blue, easy flowing bounding river, brings you to Gangotri. Here the Ganga flows, very much like the daughter of the Himalayas, youthful, purest of the pure, just out of her secret glacial cave, absorbed in her blissful state, yet to play the role of mother to millions. What the sadhus living at Gangotri feel was expressed by Swami Raghavendaranand, a sannyasi who has lived here since the past 20 years.
Namami Gange Stav Pad Pankajam Sura Surera Vandit Divya Rupam Bhaktin Cha Moktin Cha Dadasi Nityam अब जैसे यहाँ से भैरव घाटी तक का जो रोड है उसका चौड़ीकरण होने वाला है, उसमें 1705 पेड़ कटने वाले। तो इतनी बड़ी संख्या में जब हिमालय में ये पेड़ पौधे कटेंगे तो इससे तो यहाँ का पर्यावरण असंतुलित होगा ही। तो ये सब करने की कोई बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं है। वैसे भी आप देखिए गंगोत्री में करीब 6 माह की यात्रा है, तो 6 माह के लिए ये जो रोड बने हुए ये पर्याप्त है और इनका बहुत ज़्यादा चौड़ा करना। आप एक बात मेरे ध्यान में और आई है कि ये हमारे गंगोत्री के जो रोड जो सड़कें हैं, तो गंगोत्री की सड़क बहुत चौड़ी नहीं है, इसलिए यहाँ एक्सीडेंट भी बहुत कम होते हैं। और बद्रीनाथ में रोड बहुत चौड़ी है तो वहाँ पे हर साल बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सीडेंट होते हैं, क्योंकि जब रोड चौड़ी होती है तो जो ड्राइवर है वो गाड़ी को बहुत तेज़ गति से चलाता है और जो है वो असंतुलित होकर के एक्सीडेंट हो जाते हैं। अब जो महात्मा या माँ गंगा के आंचल में बैठ कर के भजन साधना कर रहा है तो उसको भला ये जो माँ के साथ आज अत्याचार हो रहा है, माँ गंगा को जो ये नहरों में डाल करके जो माँ गंगा का अस्तित्व खतरे में डाला जा रहा है, उससे हमारे गंगोत्री धाम के सारे महात्मा बहुत आहत है, बहुत दुखी हैं। और सब महात्मा मुझे बल्कि कई बार कहे हैं कि स्वामी जी इसका विरोध होना चाहिए। अगर कहीं जाने की बात हो, कहीं धरना देने की बात हो तो स्वामी जी हम सब इसका विरोध करने के लिए तैयार।